Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, we've got DarkWolf782 playing the Tier 8 Premium United States Navy aircraft carrier Hornet, a ship that is absolutely dripping with history. And along with him today in the Baltimore is Ramagar. Now Ram is a very capable cruiser player, so this ought to be interesting to see. And of course, since Dark Wolf sent the replay, I think it's probably safe to assume that he has a pretty good game. I mentioned in another video not too long ago that I very often I'll set these things to record and then I'm working. I'm not watching these, so they are pre-recorded, but I'm watching it now really for the first time with you. So we'll see this unfold together. Now it'll be interesting to see. Does Dark Wolf head out and is he looking to do some spotting for his team, or is he just looking for a target right away? There are different ways to begin the game when you're playing a CV, and I'm always interested as somebody who doesn't really play CVs much at all in how someone decides to go about it. Now North Carolina's got pretty decent AA. I think I'd probably avoid him, but Dark Wolf turns that way. And it looks like he's maybe trying to give him a wide berth. No, it looks like that's his target. That's all right. We're going to see what happens. I mean, I don't really know much at all about the capabilities of the Hornet. I can see 10 aircraft in this wing as he spots the Miyoko and Yagumo. All right, now this will be really interesting to see. Let's see this pattern of bombs here. Ooh, nice drop. Yeah, four penetrations, 1 ricochet, 2 citadels. Holy cow. Now, granted, the damage wasn't all that great, but 2 citadels right out of the gate for 9,500 damage. That's not too shabby. And keep in mind, this is a Tier 8 CV. This is not a Tier 10 CV. And following that up with some torpedo planes. Looks like Ram's kind of focused on trying to keep destroyers out of the Bravo camp. The bad guys have the Yagumo, Asashio. Well, they also have the U-190, which could be anywhere. Bismarck turning and trying to head back. Had to show a lot of broadside to do it, but it doesn't look like anybody really made him pay for that, which is a good thing. And the bad guys, having secured this cap, looks like maybe Dark Wolf just wants to try and put some torpedoes in the smoke, maybe? No, I guess not. Taking a little bit of AA damage. And you can see Ram is basically exhorting the team to spread out. You've got a North Carolina, an Indracht, Holland, all heading on the outside. Absolute waste. Looks like Bismarck's going to follow him. Now, North Carolina sitting here at this corner like that. It's going to be close, but I think he's going to catch him on the nose. No flood, but he did catch him.
All stations, proceed to capture that area.
Now, these are some big bombers. And if I have it right, these guys do HE damage and start fires. Now, if you know anything at all about World War II history, you may have heard of something called the Doolittle Raid. A United States officer, in response to the bombing of Pearl Harbor, thought, you know what, we may be able to reach Tokyo if we put bombers this size on an aircraft carrier. And everybody kind of laughed at the idea, but if you strip them down all the way and basically just have your crew and your ordnance, it was possible. And the Doolittle Raid happened, and they were able to put bombs in Tokyo fairly early on, even though it didn't do any significant damage. From a morale standpoint, it was a big deal. Ooh, that's an unfortunate drop. Yugumo takes out the marker, and the bad guys are down one ship right away. And it looks like we're going back to the AP bombs. Bad guys now down 2 destroyers. Good guys still have everybody but Missouri. And, well, now Ram's gone. Missouri and Cossack and Prince Heinrich are all in really bad shape. And I imagine Ram was probably a little hot under the collar watching all those guys going around wide, into the 9 line and taking their guns out of the fight for 5 minutes or so. I know that always drives me a little bit crazy when I see that.
Attention. Reporting a target's position.
Alright, so AP bombs, does he go after Colorado or does he go after North Carolina? Looks like maybe Colorado. We'll see. I think the way all these red ships are grouped, he's going to be facing a lot of HE if he heads towards the North Carolina. And it looks like he's opting to go after the Colorado, which I think is probably a really good choice. Doesn't have exactly a straight line, but still lands 3, picks up a little bit. Oh boy, he just got chewed to pieces there. So you get a Cleveland, the CV, Miyoko, and a couple of battleships there that have decent AA. That's a steep hill to climb, and both teams now down 4 ships. Good guys have secured 1 cap, but the bad guys have lost 3 destroyers and a submarine, and the good guys have lost 2 battleships and 2 cruisers. And these larger ships are worth more points, which explains why the bad guys still have a lead, despite the fact that the good guys have a cap. Now you can see the Bismarck, the North Carolina, the Yugumo Olan. They are really bottling up Colorado, Cleveland, North Carolina, and the Pobeda. I question. Nice job, Jose 542, burning or sinking down the Colorado, landing torpedoes. I question the Bismarck in North Carolina going around the islands, but the position that they're in now is going to keep all those red ships from moving north, at least for a little while. So what's got him detected? Now, I'd be a little worried about the Prince Heinrich pushing up there. I think I might be moving the CV north. And maybe he is. I can't tell if it's moving. Friendly Bismarck is finished off by the red Cleveland, and both teams now down 5 ships. And it looks like DarkWolf plans to go after North Carolina. We'll see. That does appear to be what he's trying to do here. He's not just blindly rushing into all that AA. He's trying to finish off the weekend North Carolina. And if so, I think that's the right choice to make. Yeah, he's even going to try and increase the speed, get through this AA as quickly as possible, drop his ordnance. He's trying to maneuver between the AA bursts there, and he does drop. 5 hits, 4 penetrations, and he does start a fire, so not a whole lot of damage there. But again, Tier 8 CV. And now torpedo bombers. So we've got Friedrich de Grosse, Zieten, Prince Heinrich, all 3 tied up by this Cossack nose. Cossack smoke, you can see the remnants of that. So he's without a smoke right now, and if the red guys have communicated that to the CV, the CV can go find the Cossack and finish him off with one blast from rockets, right? Cossack's probably aware of that, just heading for the hills, trying not to get blacked. And these German battleships are fairly quick. Prince Heinrich's going to show some side. He's going to slow down and try and turn in here, but I don't think it's going to help him much. I think he can eat at least one here, maybe two. No, just one. No flood, unfortunately. Both teams now down half, each with 6 remaining ships. Good guys have a CV, a battleship, and now they've lost their sub, 3 destroyers, and that's it. And so the good guys, they have a numerical advantage, and both teams have a cap, but I still have to give the edge, at least for right now, to the good guys. If Cossack gets sunk, then it's a whole different ballgame. It's much more difficult. But still have a torpedo threat in the Cossack and also in the Land and Yugumo. But right now, Yugumo's being forced to chase, and that's a really bad place to be. It's nice these battleships, I mean, it's smart that they're using their AA by grouping up, but it does offer kind of a smorgasbord of choices of, you know, who to hit. Friendly Prince Heinrich gets sunk. Good guys are in trouble, down to 4 ships, 3 destroyers and the CV. The bad guys with a cruiser, 4 battleships and their CV. Now, Hollande, I'm very happy to say, is heading north. Yugumo's got himself kind of stuck down there. I'm hoping that he's in smoke. If he's not, he's in big trouble because the Pobeda is just going to punish him for being down there alone without any AA support. And DarkWolf has got himself a wing of torpedo bombers. Hollande has to be really careful here with Cleveland kind of leading that push toward the Bravo cap. DarkWolf maneuvers as well as possible through this storm of AA and decides, instead of going after the Prince Heinrich, I think this is really smart, he goes for the second ship in the line who turned out and is now going to eat all 3 torpedoes and hopefully get a flood. Yeah, there's the flood. So we know he's going to have to repair, and whatever comes next, well, not if you're using AP bombs. I think I might have gone with the HE bombs there and tried to hit the Zeton again. But it's also possible that the Cossack might land a torpedo. Zeton, having just had to DC, he would flood for quite a while if he got hit by one, which is why I thought we'd see the HE wielding bombers. But this is what DarkWolf chose, and maybe he's going to land some big AP shots through the deck of the Prince Heinrich. We'll see. Nope, I think he's actually doing the smartest possible thing. He's going after the Cleveland, which he knows is just right here on the other side of this island with 400 HP. As soon as this thing's gone, a pretty significant AA threat is gone. And boom, just like that.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Good guys are now down only 1 ship. Now, is he going to be able to make a drop on the North Carolina as well before he's out of aircraft? Oh, it's going to be close. Yes, he is. Nicely done. It was close. So, good guys are down 100 points. Hollande is trying to secure the Bravo cap, but he's really hemmed in. He's got North Carolina on the south side, Heinrich and Zeton to the north. He does not have anywhere to run. And without smoke, he's going to start taking a lot of damage. There it is. So I expect Hollande to be sunk here probably in the next 10 seconds or so. It would be surprising if he's not. You can see he's trying to heal. My guess is he's running down there trying to get torpedoes on the North Carolina. Jose gets sunk by the Pobeda. Oh, Tony Wang 02, 20 HP, and he's finished off by secondaries from North Carolina. And now it really is all up to the Cossack and our hero, Dark Wolf, in the Hornet. Now, North Carolina's got 8,464 HP. And Dark Wolf lines up the shot. That looks pretty darn good. It really was.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Finishes off the North Carolina with that strike. What a nice drop that was. Both teams now have a cap. I imagine Zieten, Heinrich, and de Grosse are all going to be heading for the Bravo cap, while Cossack tries to secure the Alpha cap. Now this is going to be really challenging for the Cossack because he has next to no HP, and you know the Pobeda is going to be trying to finish him off in that cap. But if Cossack is able to hang on to the cap, and you see he smokes up there, that is a huge advantage for the good guys. Having that cap would really, really help. Dark Wolf, I'm guessing, is going to go for the Prince Heinrich just because he has so, well, roughly half the HP of the Zieten, but we'll see. It does look like what he's doing. I think that's the smart call. There's a Citadel. 56,000 damage. Now, one thing that I will say, now I'm not a CV player, and you know, I stipulated that earlier, and I have in other videos as well. It's not that I've never played them. I even have a premium CV, but I don't play them a lot. But one thing that I really recommend if you play CVs, and maybe if you're a newer CV player in particular and hadn't really considered it, once you drop your ordnance, go ahead and hit the F key. Get started with your next flight of aircraft. Because while it is satisfying to watch to see how many of your ordnance land on the target, it burns up a second or two that you could be using to try to make your next strike. Just keep that in mind. Now this is really nice of these battleships to kind of come through this, all of them together. This is kind of a smorgasbord of battleships to land things on. And right now, with this drop, I mean, this is, these are dual-purpose torpedoes. He's liable to land things on Heinrich and de Grosse. Yeah, he's going to catch de Grosse on the nose, I think, and Heinrich he's going to land 2 on. 3 on. So landed all 4 torpedoes, now sitting 71,000 plus damage. And it looks like somebody's going to flood out. Cossack did secure the cap, and now he's making a run for it. And I think Cossack, poor Snoopy. Snoopy Z, you did a great job, man. Really. You securing that cap was huge, whether you get sunk here or not. And if you do get sunk, you securing that cap, at least in my opinion, looking at the clock now with 1:50 seconds left, you open the door for Dark Wolf to be able to finish this thing off and get this thing secured as a win. Zieten he's trying. I mean, I think he's probably thinking, I got to get a shot on this CV. And it is just raining shells. 13,800 damage. Oh, that was nice. I can see why you want to watch that. I just don't recommend it. And on the back of the Cossack, having secured that cap, the good guys are about to take the lead, but de Grosse has just head right for the Cossack. His secondaries are going to probably do the job here. Got the CV harassing the Cossack, the de Grosse right behind him. Cossack is probably going to get sunk here, but it looks like Dark Wolf is going to be able to finish off the Z. Yeah, Cossack is sunk. AP bombs with the Citadel for the kill. And ladies and gentlemen, I think our hero just won the game. Now granted, Snoopy Z was a big help, but landing these big shots here at the end have put Dark Wolf in a position to have won the game. Because de Grosse, he decided to chase the Cossack. He's not going to have time to do anything. Heinrich was headed the other direction. Pobeda's on the 1 line. Great game, Dark Wolf. Ram, sorry it was so frustrating for you, buddy, but it ended up being in the W column. Those of you joining me, thank you very much. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.